Welcome to the Flex Forward podcast, where grit meets growth. With your host, Nic Espanet, bringing you stories of resilience, reinvention, and the real climb to success.
All right, everyone, welcome to the Flex Forward podcast. Today, we're joined by Sapan. Sapan is in fintech and working with healthcare and mortgages, and I'll let him give you a little more information about who he works for and what kind of work he does. Sapan, it's so great to have you on the Flex Forward podcast. Thanks for joining us, and can you let our listeners know a little bit more about you and what you do on a daily basis?
Sure, Nick. First of all, thank you, and thanks for the work you do as well. Hello everyone. Sapan Bafna, based in Dallas. I am in the primarily from my own domain experience perspective in the mortgage real estate arena. At a broader level, I think I make some dent whenever we talk to clients about workflows and workflow automation. That's why we are in the healthcare space where we deal with a lot of workflow problems and solutions around revenue cycle. And in mortgage, we focus mainly on the servicing side and more specialized in default servicing. So that's
Okay.
loan modifications and all the related workflows which you get involved there. 19 years I was with First American Corporation and CoreLogic. They're two big Fortune 500 companies. Had a great career there. Learned a lot. Made great friendships with clients, with my colleagues, counterparts, and that's started my journey in the domain. And I've lived in Miami, moved 7-8 years ago to Dallas area, so Dallas is home for me now. And enjoy working and connecting with the problems we are solving in the industry now.
That's awesome. And I know in some of the commercial real estate, there's a lot of loan workouts just from 21 and 22, a lot of short-term floating rate loans that are all coming due here in this year and next year. So a lot of that going on. So in that space, I would imagine there's a lot of competition in the industry. So what's something that sets you apart or comes easy for you that others might find challenging?
Yeah. A great question and something I think all the time, and I'll tell you what I think. But first of all, we are 19 years. Like I said, I was running a couple of businesses for CoreLogic, all workflow type businesses, meaning like dealing with loan modifications or your lien release workflow or a print and ship of documents. And anybody who knows workflows, we all understand, right? Seemingly simple tasks have lots of steps and connections and handoffs and making sure that everything is done right in this world of APIs or SFTPs back and forth. So as we were, focusing in this in this area from a workflow perspective, we bring in the technology which makes these workflows connect, customize easily, much better, and be able to do it by a business user versus having to use development resources all the time, right? Technologies which were done in the past, you want to do any change, you have to wait for one iteration, like one development cycle, one sprint, right? Whatever the companies were doing. Now the need is I need it done the same day, right? So that is what we brought in as a technology. And then how to make that whole workflow easier to manage. Now, I also think that while I'm thinking I'm fresh today, right? We built our technology platform 2 years ago. We have AI, like all the things which make a workflow product better. How are we going to keep ahead, right? As we move forward, that is something I continuously think, but that's what we are bringing to the industry right now is a much future forward platform which gives you the true ROI, which is otherwise missing in technology products, and implemented very fast. We almost, like, for example, we don't charge any setup because that is the promise we are bringing, that we are going to make it set up easy for them.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Well, and that's so important now with everything changing so quickly. I'd actually forgotten that you used to have to wait for things to update days or weeks. And now, because almost everything updates almost instantly or, within a few hours.
Right.
So as you've had your journey along through your career, is there something that you have found that helps you helped you improve either within work or personally, something that you like that or you could share with our listeners, a tip or something you've listened to or read?
No, I'll tell you sort of what sort of was a big realization for me back when I was working, and that's something I've always carried with me. Is that sort of the sense of urgency and being ready for an opportunity, right? People bring that urgency when they have an opportunity, and then they are running around. And for me, it was when that moment comes, you should not be rushing at that time. You should be ready to seize that moment. And that opportunity for me was, a couple years back, a very big client who we were after. We were doing good work for them, but we were not getting that big opportunity to prove ourselves so that we can do big things as well, right? We were doing um, projects here and there for them, and banks, they trust big box, they trust big companies because they think it's the big boys club, right? Or how do I
Yeah.
trust somebody? And this client wanted 2000, like some high number of um, transactions to be done on a Friday morning on a day when I was on PTO. And the ask was, can you do it by Monday? If you do it by Monday, you guys are golden. You have the opportunity with us to do this work going forward, because apparently their other vendor partner must be struggling at that time. We actually took that opportunity, and we were able to deliver, and that sort of opened doors for us for multi-million dollar contracts with this client. And that is something I've always kept with me, and I always tell it's being ready is more important. Like we went ahead, even though when I did not need it, I went ahead and got certifications. We are ISO certified, SOC 2 Type 2 certified. We became the first mortgage technology company to be ISO 42001 certified, which is the only certification in the world on AI management systems. Nobody was asking us for it. I did not go out and say, because a client is asking, I need it. It was, hey, this is going to get asked one day. And that day, when somebody asks, I want to say, I'm already there.
You're
Versus,
there. That's
I'm going to
awesome.
start the journey.
Well, that comes back to the saying that, there's very little luck. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. And if you're
Yes.
prepared and those
Yes.
opportunities pop up, some people will say, "Oh, you just got lucky," but there was a lot of hard work to being ready. Because if you
Yes.
weren't ready, they would have gone to the next
Yes.
vendor to do
Yeah.
that. So yeah, and I try to instill that with my kids. I'm like, there's a little bit of luck in some things. A ball might bounce this way, but 99% of it is your preparation and hard work that's going to
Right.
get you there.
Yeah.
So
True.
what's one of the biggest challenges you've had to overcome in your career path?
Um, You know what? I've always seen challenges as opportunities, because that is what makes things sticky. As long as that challenge is challenge for everyone, right? And I'm just the one, or some of us, like I would say, right? As a team, we overcome it. But no, there are definitely challenges, and for me, the challenge, if I look at my current industry, healthcare, connecting with. I mean, this is a world of integration. Nobody wants to key the data when they come to you.
Mm,
They want to be able to move the data from their existing system to you, and then when you are done, move the data back. So what I'm just calling is like an interoperable transactional world, right? Where standards are there. And while it all sounds good and government is making a lot of effort and industry associations make a lot of effort, it's not just there. That is something, if we continue the path we are going and I get the opportunity down in the industry, I would like to solve it, not just for my vested interest right now, but just as an industry, because that's the true service an industry can do to its customers. Like, let's say I I'm in the healthcare as a patient, and as well as, let's say, I'm in there as a vendor. I would
hmm
not want that in my old age, my data is not moving from my doctor's, my practice management system my doctor uses, to somebody else when the need is right there, right? It should be like this. I mean, it's my data.
Sure.
And why is it in cages with one software company, right? Or one data company? And that same applies in, I mean, we support two of the largest industries in the country, right? I mean, I feel that I'm in that, in healthcare and in in real
Mhm.
estate.
Yep.
Banking, real estate are the two biggest, and that is where data is bit constrained. So that is something I see as a challenge. The only reason is that is a challenge I cannot solve by myself. You need sort of an ecosystem, the chambers of commerce or the industry associations and the government working together. So that is something I would like to work, but we are designing our systems as open systems. We don't own the data. We don't want to own the data. It's customers' data, and that we move it seamlessly and we win. You choose me because I'm innovative versus I'm holding your data.
Yeah. No, that's nice because you think about it, if you're traveling, you end up in a hospital in another state or location, you want that information to get to that your
Yep.
doctor you're seeing in the emergency room or a different hospital. And yeah, you don't want people fighting over your data. It's like, no,
Yeah.
it's needed for my
Yeah.
healthcare. Well, congratulations. It sounds like things are going really well and in business and some great opportunities. So a lot of entrepreneurs or executives start having more success. They start considering, outside income by either alternative investments, the stocks or real estate. Just so you can create some money outside of your own time. Is that something you've had any thoughts on?
So I've been for my own 401k, for my own stocks, I've invested, I've done the work, and I continue to do that. I'm a long-term investor, and I definitely believe in that. Real estate is something I'm trying to dabble slowly. But by far, I feel that investing in in your own business, time, money, focus is the best thing. To my fellow entrepreneurs, I'll just say that's where I'm seeing the
Sure.
value, and I think the happiness when you win a deal or when you sort of turn a profit on your own versus somebody else did something and they made a profit. While money is money, and I get it, but that sort of feel is different when you do
Yeah,
it.
when you've done it with your own hands, it feels a little different, right?
Yes,
And
yes,
your own work, hard work. Well,
yes.
great. As for wrapping up the interview, do you have any exciting plans or initiatives in the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, actually, you know what? One very exciting thing is happening, and actually three different things. And I'm not sure how many entrepreneurs think about things the same way, but I'll nonetheless share. So as I was building my businesses, right? Everyone says that, hey, stay focused on what you're trying to do, because so we are staying focused. We are in, like, I'm in the healthcare side of the business. That's OncoSpark for me. We are building solutions and workflows, and we are doing that. But to run a company, you need so many other things as well, from a CRM to HR system to a learning management system for your employees to
Mhm.
um, asset management system. Like, I mean, are doing so much work in compliance and infosec and security that we needed a BCP system. Business continuity plan is critical in our industry,
Mhm.
and so when I was at big companies, let's say CoreLogic, I mean, I just got such a tremendous respect. It sometimes feel that big companies, like, we are not appreciative of the culture and the ecosystem we get for granted. A
Yeah.
lot of work with support organizations to day in, day out, right? From finance, accounting, sales, marketing, to this infosec compliance. There's so many of those departments who never say the all attention always goes to either the sales or the delivery people.
Yeah.
So I started a focused approach on these tools, and very soon found that, hey, while some tools we can buy outside, no need to build it, but some you can build it yourself in house. And we did that. So one of those bets was to build our own business continuity management system. It started with Excel sheets to, hey, we know workflows, let's build workflows. How do we do drills better? How do we do alerts better? How do we link it so we know any threat outside, we know it right away
Mhm.
that there is a threat with, Azure or with, one of the software we are using. And that now, that sort of quickly going forward, we actually have a very good platform which we have recently launched actually. It's called Beacon BCMS. And this realization came to me. I was going by the age-old book of wisdom, which says that, hey, focus on your area. My son, who is a strategy consultant, he came to the shop, looked at what all we are doing, and he's like, hey, why don't we launch this? as a product. And I'm so glad that he's the one who's leading the Beacon BCMS solution. He's the one who's looking at it, and that's where I will link it with my personal, like, one of the desire I have. I cannot, you cannot tell what our children will do, where they will
Yeah.
be, but wouldn't it be great as an entrepreneur if some of the benefit is that your children want to be with you and they want to be in the
Yeah.
business with you? And I at least see the spark in his eye when he talks about it, and when and I feel good that the work our teams did, and the experience which we were able to bring in, we are actually bringing it in another product which we are launching. So I just wanted to end with that's sort of.
That's awesome. And it's exciting that your children, your son's getting involved too, and has that spark. That's so exciting. Well, thank you so much for your time today and sharing some tips and insights. If people would like to reach out to you and learn more about what it is you're doing, what's the best way for them to get in contact with you?
No, sure. Like Nick, we're always open. Our office is in South Lake, Texas, and our company's websites are automation.com, oncospark.com, beaconbcms.com if you want to check and connect with us. We have a prior authorization solution called Authorency. So connect us via the website, email. I'm on LinkedIn as well, and we love to connect with fellow entrepreneurs, with people wanting to solve workflow problems, and looking forward to connecting with more like-minded people.
Awesome. Great stuff. Definitely reach out and connect with Sapan. Would be, I think, well worth your time. Thank you so much for joining us today on the Flex Forward podcast. And everyone, thank you for listening. Be sure to tune back in.
Thanks for listening to the Flex Forward podcast. If you've got grit, growth, and a great story, visit flexforwardpodcast.com/guest to apply and join us on the show.